That's better. I still had this locked to the exposure I used to shot that clip with last night. Hello everybody, welcome to, it's a really hot day out here. It is the 26th, I want to say. Let me see if I'm correct. Yes, I am. Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we? It's time for me to go home. It's hot. It's like 3:44 in the afternoon, and you might be like, well, why are you so late for a usual Wednesday? And the answer is actually because, well, one, I had to go get my SIPTA pass, so I was in University City. And then I also decided to go get what can only be described as a late lunch with my mother. Because why not? It was like 2 in the afternoon when I did that. So the fact that I'm going to be home by 4 is actually still pretty good. It takes a long while to get home from work, even on the half days. The only reason it takes not that much time in the middle of rush hours is just because the trains come so frequently. Oh well. Let's head home, shall we? Because getting home is always a good thing. I think I'm going to try to work on a few personal projects for a little while and then hopefully have the vlogs be one of them. Thank you for being determined to drive really fast and instead of getting over. It's always appreciated. You know, just do your thing. It's fine, really. But yes, I'd like to get some of the vlogs up in a little bit, but I've got a few other things that I need to take care of first. Oh well. Busy, 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 apparently. Always busy. Usual dealio. Usual dealio. Let's go. Smells like campfire tonight. Better than the skunks of last night. But let's roll out. And speaking of last night and, well, everything from the past couple of days, the vlogs are up to date. Which is a sentence I haven't been able to actually say in quite some time. So that's a good thing, I guess. The footage from the other night where I actually forced the exposure down a couple steps actually looks pretty good. I can't do it now though. Oh well. So we're just going to leave it as is. I'm going to turn on the car. I'm going to turn on my lights. Turn down the air conditioning because I really don't need it. It's a little warm. It's not super warm. And well, we're going to head off and go to the train station. Now, I did a little bit of experimenting today as well. And I was talking about yesterday. I was thinking a little bit about like doing a little experiment to figure out how the ISOs compare on these cameras. And this camera actually has a higher like default ISO or image gain, I guess. And the ISO, by the way, is basically a way of telling the camera sensor how sensitive to be, so that like how much it picks up. Because there's basic photography lesson. There's 3 things that control how bright or dark an image is. One of them is your shutter speed, which is not your frame rate, but closely tied to it. It's how long the shutter is open for every second. It's measured in, well, for us, it's measured in 1/48 of a second. Then there's aperture. It's how wide open your thing is. That's the whole 1/8 thing that I was talking about the other day. And then the third thing is actually just simply your image sensitivity. The lower the number is, the less sensitive your image is, but the less grain you get. Wow, that's closed. Okay. Is Woodhaven Road closed? Woodhaven Road, I think, is actually completely closed for whatever reason. Okay. At least that way. I have no idea what's happening. Yes, but they're forcing everybody off of it. Okay. That's a distraction. And an interesting one. Okay. Wasn't expecting that one, but it means that that's going to be kind of hellish for everybody who's trying to get home. It means definitely back roads for us, even though I always go back roads after I get there. But yeah, so that's this thing essentially. So this camera has a lower or a higher ISO, which means this camera defaultly comes with more grain. More grain, but also more brightness to the picture. But this camera actually has a thing that I didn't know about, is that this camera, when I'm all the way wide, like I think I just actually zoomed out a little bit now, when I'm all the way wide, this camera can also open up to a 1/8, which is also kind of crazy, but aperture is affected by your zoom. on a zoom lens. The 50 I have over there does not zoom. That's what's called a prime lens. As explained in that one prime lens vlog from years ago, probably. I know there's a vlog they call prime lenses. Prime lenses don't zoom. That's what makes them prime. They stay at their millimeter marker. Whereas this, obviously, I can zoom way in, zoom way out. It's a zoom lens. Two different types of lenses, boom, done. Explaining a lot about photography and videography here. But the main point of that whole thing is just that, well, I don't have a point really. I was just kind of explaining the way that exposure works in general. Oh well. Anyway, I'm going to go to the train station. I'm going to go get Sarah because, well, that's usually a good thing to do when she's on the train and about to get here. Don't you think? I think so, at least. I thought I was going to be done, but I have no idea what's actually happening over there. I'm going to actually use you guys to zoom in and see. There's a big old cloud above that. I don't know what they're working on. I was telling them this, but you didn't see this, but like Woodhaven Road is like closed.
Okay.
As you're coming down. The path the path that's actually closed is going on to southbound 95.
Okay.
Or actually, I guess you can go both ways from that. It's going to 95.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what they're doing. Regardless, I'm glad we don't have to go that way.
Okay.